Okay, let's try this one again. I can't tell you how many takes I've done of this one. I just keep getting cut off at the end, and then people are calling me, texting me. I finally figured out the do not disturb on this thing. So, let's try this again. My name is Rochelle, and I wanted to share part of my journey and what I've learned throughout my journey, and hopefully encourage and inspire and help somebody along the way. The biggest thing that I can honestly say that is such a key factor in my journey is to trust myself. It's also the very hardest thing sometimes to do. I actually had somebody, not beat it into me, but I had somebody that told me time and time again, trust yourself. And finally one day, ding, it clicked, and I finally got it. And I tell myself almost on a daily, trust yourself. Growing up and feeling certain energies, certain things, having visions mainly was the thing that I noticed growing up, was having visions. I was always ashamed of it. I felt very awkward having these visions for a very long time. A couple years ago, I actually met a lady who inspired me to continue with the visions. My visions were very in-depth, and I still was very uncomfortable with it. Even though I felt proud of myself that I had these visions, I still was very uncomfortable with it. And even during my marriage, I felt like I couldn't express what I felt inside or what I thought or what I seen as visions to my husband at that time. I just did not feel comfortable and did not explore it, did not dig deeper into it. I just kept pushing it aside, digging into other things, digging myself very, very much into religion, and coming out of all of that, I feel like this awakening or spiritual journey, my walk on this path, however you want to put it for you, I use all of those phrases throughout because it depends on what situation I'm speaking about it in, but it means the same thing. During this process that I have become awakening, or I have really started to discover who I am, the more open I have become about who I am. And in the beginning of this, I still felt like ashamed of it. And I have a person in my life that has been a complete blessing to me. This person is my sounding board. And no matter how crazy my thoughts are, or how crazy my visions are, or the energy that I feel, this person never judges me and always tells me the same thing: trust yourself. And I finally understood what it meant to truly trust yourself. There are times that I struggle with it. For example, I had a very negative, or I should say really heavy negative, like draining energy around a certain person. And I went to this person and I was like, hey, are you doing okay? Like, I just feel this heaviness and I just want to make sure that you're okay. And this person was like, yeah, I'm great. Everything's great in my life. Nothing's wrong. Like, everything's great. And a couple weeks later, this person came back to me and was like, not everything was great. And this was what was going on. Now, I remember when I told this person how I felt, they were like, didn't think that, like, just completely shut it off. Like, no, I'm great. And I remember thinking, I really feel it. Like, I really feel it deep inside me. Like, I really feel the heaviness. And I kept telling myself, do not doubt what you feel. I know this person's saying that they don't feel it, or everything's great, but I feel it. And so I kept telling myself, just trust what you feel. Regardless of the situation, just trust what you feel. And it was more confirmation to me a couple weeks later when this person did come to me and say, hey, look, not everything was good. And through that situation and her coming to me and telling me that not everything was great, it actually brought us a little bit closer in talking to each other. And I found out what was going on and why she was experiencing the things that she was experiencing. So I want to continue to encourage you that trust yourself, because that is really key to unlocking so much. Trust yourself in knowing that what you feel is truth. What you see, what you envision, if that's things that you can do like I can, because we all have unique abilities. We really do. And I hope that you dig into that and dig into what your abilities are and really be open to it and just be a sponge to learn all that you can about yourself and about what things that you can accomplish through knowing who you are and feeling your intuition and feeling open and like a blossoming flower. That's what comes to mind for me, is just this blossoming flower of really opening myself up to the possibilities of the different abilities that I'm able to be to other people. You know, I am taking everything that I'm learning and just coming out with it and being more confident within myself that I'm not crazy. I shouldn't be ashamed of myself. I shouldn't feel like I'm going crazy because I feel or see certain things. That I should be open to allowing those things to come freely to me. And so I hope that this encourages you. I hope that you take a part of it with you in trusting in who you are and not feeling ashamed about it, because there is nothing to be ashamed about within yourself. There really isn't. You are unique and you are designed uniquely, and you are full of beautiful, incredible gifts, and you should never hold back on those gifts. You should never feel ashamed of who you are inside and what you can do, because the blessing of who you are is going to bless somebody else. Don't stand back. Allow yourself to feel every aspect of who you are. Allow yourself to trust completely in who you are, and allow the glow of who you are to shine out to other people, because your light inside of you is going to light the way for somebody else. And that's what I choose to believe, is that the light inside of me and everything that I'm learning about myself and feeling within myself is going to light the way for somebody else. And that brings true, honest happiness for me. So I hope that this encourages you. I hope that it inspires you. And I hope that you are able to really and fully accept yourself for exactly who you are. The beautiful, unique, amazing being that you are.